Hey everyone, sorry for the confusion between Google Meet and the stream. You may have seen we ended one and then restarted. It's because we are doing this live from ETH Denver. If there's anyone out here, please reach out to me or any of our team. We'd love to see you face to face. Anyways, today we are doing something new, which is our first live public demo day where we are going to show new features of STRATO Mercata by the people who built them. So today we will have two of our devs, Hadi and Arya, demoing some of the exciting new features on STRATO Mercata. With that, I will hand it over to you. Hadi, I think you're first, right?
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Victor.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. I will just be sharing my screen. Okay, should be sharing now.
Yep, we see it.
Okay, great. All right. Hey, everyone. So I'm Hadi. Welcome to the Block Apps Public Demo Day, hosted by myself and Arya. Get straight into it. So start with the agenda. So I'll be starting off with USDST and its implementation and its migration from STRATs to USDST. Then I'll move on to our new GOLDST asset. And then I will finish it off with automated pricing on GOLDST and silver assets. And then I'll pass it over to Arya, who will talk about WBTCST, minting on borrow, and partial loan repayments. So to start it off, start with USDST and what USDST is. So it's an app exclusive digital currency and our primary currency that is used on STRATO Mercado. And it's a stable coin which can be used to purchase assets on Mercado, including stakeable assets, precious metals, and more. And USDST is pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar. And in order to implement this, we had to migrate our previous stablecoin strats to USDST. And fortunately for the user, this requires no action on their part. If they had strats in their wallet, then they were automatically converted to USDST, and it retains all of the functionality of strats, so it can still be used to purchase assets on the Mercado marketplace. The only key difference between them is one strat is the equivalent of 1 cent, and one USDST is equivalent to $1. So moving on to the next topic of GOLDST. GOLDST is our new asset, our new Boolean asset stored in the physical form of gold coins. And each asset represents 1 troy ounce of gold at an approximate purity of at least 99%. And it is securely vaulted with BA Gold Enterprises. So the user could be rest assured that it will be securely stored and there should be no problems with that. And GOLDST is worth quite a good amount at the moment. It's close to $3,000, and the user might not be comfortable with purchasing an entire quantity. So we have given the user the ability to purchase and sell in fractional quantities, so they can purchase a lower amount that they're more comfortable with. And along with this, we have our redemption policy in which a user can convert their GOLDST holdings into physical gold by redeeming it. And moving on to the last topic of automated pricing. So our automated pricing system was implemented pretty recently for our GOLDST and silver assets. And this is updated on a daily basis. We are updating the sale price based off the market data from the London Bullion Market Association. And because it is updated on a daily basis, this system mirrors true market conditions, which helps the user feel confident about what they're investing in and helping elevate their portfolio with accuracy. So I'll be moving on to the demo, which we'll be using our STRATO marketplace for. So move over here. So right here we have the Mercado marketplace. I'm currently logged in. As you can see from the header over here, I have 3.29 USDST. If you scroll down, you can see the different stakeable items. And if we slide over to the end, you can see GOLDST, which I mentioned earlier. I'm going to press on that. And if we scroll down, you can look at the price history. As you can see, it is updated on a daily basis from the automated pricing system. Was added to the marketplace pretty recently. So if we were to scroll up and press on the buy now button, we would head over to the checkout. And as you can see, it's close to $3,000. So we want to do a smaller quantity. So we'll be purchasing a fractional quantity. So we're going to do about this much, which is close to $1.18. So you can purchase it with credit card or ACH for $1.18, but I'll be purchasing it today with USDST as it's an express checkout, much quicker process, and it's about $1.18. So I'm just gonna press on this button to place the order, and as it's loading, it completes and it takes you straight to the transactions page where you can see the purchase you just made. And I purchased it for this quantity. And now we can head over to the staking page, in which we have different stakeable items which you can purchase, including the GOLDST, and then this is the GOLDST that I have. So I already had a bit before, and then I just added a bit more. So now this is how much I have that I can stake, and I can press on the stake button, and you can see the different numbers here. So how much quantity available to stake, the actual market value, if you take the quantity and take into account with the market price, and then how much daily kata reward I would earn after staking this quantity. So we're going to go ahead and stake it. Okay, now that it's staked, you can go up here and you'll see that my estimated daily reward for kata has increased as a result. And you can unstake and borrow. That's pretty much all I had. So I'm going to now pass it off to Ario.
Wait a second, Hadi. We wanted to give the opportunity for people to ask questions. And while we're waiting to see if there are any questions, I have one question. Could you share your screen again for a second?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
So when you showed your screen, there were actually 3 gold assets there. The one you just talked about, GOLDST, there is gold 1 ounce and gold 1 gram. What's the difference between GOLDST and those other gold assets?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So this is this is fractionalized, so you can actually purchase for much smaller quantities, as you saw earlier. That I purchased a quantity close to about $1.18.
Cool. Thank you very much. I don't see any other questions right now. If there are any later, please feel free to ask us when we have the question period again. So with that, as you said, we'll pass it over to Aria. Aria, it's all yours.
Hey everyone, can everyone hear me and see my screen?
Yes, you are good.
Nice. All right. So thank you, Hadi. And I will go on and talk about WBTCST. So WBTC is an ERC token that represents Bitcoin on the Ethereum blockchain, with each token backed 1-to-1 by Bitcoin to maintain its peg. So similarly, WBTCST is the version of the wrapped Bitcoin on the Mercata blockchain. So now users can bridge their WBTC from Ethereum to Mercata and use them seamlessly within our ecosystem. And we have a new functionality that we added in our new release. So on the Mercata blockchain, when you stake your assets, they're tied to a dedicated reserve. This means you can use your staked assets as collateral to borrow USDST from its reserve. So with our new 14.0 release, we've updated the reserve contract so that borrowing now mints new USDST. So previously, the network had fixed supply, but this change allows the new USDST to enter into circulation and better support the Mercata economy. Last but not least, it's another new functionality that we added. So previously, users were required to repay their full loan amount from their reserves. However, recognizing that immediate full repayment isn't feasible for some users, we've introduced an option to make partial repayments based on the community feedback. And going on to the demo part of the presentation, here I have the marketplace. And as you can see, I already have some wrapped Bitcoin that I bridged in, but for the sake of the demo, let's bridge some more. So here I have the WBTCST product details page, and I can connect my wallet and sign in. Yep. And here I am able to see my balance, WBTC balance on Ethereum. So let's say if I were to bridge in this amount of wrapped Bitcoin and press bridge to show up my MetaMask to confirm the transaction. And once the transaction finishes, the modal should close. So depending on how fast the Ethereum network is, the transaction can take a little while, but we should receive a notification from MetaMask if the transaction actually went through. So here we got a successful message. It says successfully initiated the bridging of BTC wrapped Bitcoin into wrapped Bitcoin ST. So also at this point in time, our bridge contract on the Mercata blockchain is minting new tokens. And here we can see that I have received this amount of wrapped Bitcoin ST onto my wallet. And if I go to the staking page, I can see that that amount was added. And with that, I can stake. And here, it's giving me an option to borrow. So if I press on here, it gives me the option to borrow USDST. So right now, the total market value of my wrapped Bitcoin is $25. And I'm only able to borrow 30% of it. So that is around $7.6. So let's try borrowing $7. And here, as you can see, my balance increased immediately. And in this case, we are actually minting new USDST right away. So the total amount of USDST in circulation has just increased by $7 or 7 USDST. And on over here, if I want to repay my loan back, I'm able to do so, but with a partial amount. So let's try paying back 5, because let's say we want to use the additional 2 to do something else. So as you guys can see, I was able to pay my $5 loan, and I have outstanding $2 left. And that's it for my part of the demo. If you guys have any questions, please let us know.
So I have one question while we double check if there are any questions. I noticed with the borrow functionality, can this be combined with the previous demo we saw? So for example, you borrowed, I think, $7 or and then you repaid 2. Could you buy gold with the amount that you had already borrowed?
Yes, I can actually. So let's try. Do you want me to try it?
No, yeah. Well, you've already borrowed some, right? Or yeah, borrow and then buy some gold. That'd be great.
Yeah, let's try borrowing some more. So let's say I have a total of 8.3 USDST in my balance. And we can buy the fractional gold because I can buy that for very cheap amounts. So if I were to do 0. And also look, this price is adjusted automatically. So if I were to buy, let's say, this amount, I should be able to purchase it right away. So if I place the order, And this is express checkout, so it should happen pretty fast. And if I go back to my staking page, I should have this amount of GOLDST that I could stake. And yeah, and my borrow position should have more GOLDST that I could collateralize.
Awesome, thank you. It doesn't appear that we have any other questions right now, but thank you for joining us for. Oh, we do have another question from live from Denver. So this is Bob Summerall, our head of ecosystem.
Hey everybody. So yeah, my question was about the percentages that you can borrow. Do those vary by by different asset, and about sort of like margin calls or liquidation? Like how does that work?
Victor, mind if I take that question?
No, please, it's for you. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we haven't, yeah, you're correct. It is for liquidation. So certain assets have a liquidation threshold of 80%, and certain assets have a liquidation threshold of 50%. So let's say I borrowed from my GOLDST, and the market value of GOLDST fluctuates, and it kind of reaches that liquidation threshold. We're kind of protecting against that. So yeah, to answer your question, I guess you are correct. Some assets have 80, some assets have 50% of the liquidation threshold, which kind of ultimately decides how much you can borrow.
Yeah, and just to add to that, we typically determine those amounts to make sure that there is a healthy buffer between the borrowing amount and the liquidation threshold. So unless something catastrophic happens in the market, they should theoretically be rarely triggered. And the rough thresholds right now on metals is 50% on borrow and 80% liquidation, and for crypto it's 30%. So even with the crazy markets now, it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere near that. Thanks for the question. And so, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that's joined us for this first public demo day. We are endeavoring to kind of do more things in the public. So this includes Karen's radio show. There will be more of these public demo days in the future, and our open source repo. So please check those out. Thank you for all your support, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.